Close-Up is brought to you by the Kia Sorento R, redefining the power of Kia.
The annual Bird of the Year poll kicks off this month. That's where we can vote for our favourite native bird. Not on the shortlist though, the Westland Petrel, maybe because it's rare and most of us haven't heard of it, maybe because it only comes home when it wants to breed and then only in the rainforest near Punakaiki on the west coast. Robin James discovered it's caught the interest of both bird scientists and the locals.
They're almost prehistoric in the way that, they're just really driven by instinct.
It's dusk in the hills behind Punakaiki and anticipation is building.
These birds, when they arrive at dusk, they literally hit the trees and then plummet to the ground. Bang, they hit the ground with a vengeance.
So begins the nightly ritual of the rare Westland Petrel. It's just quite amazing, the sounds, and they're just all around you and they just come crashing through. Returning to their burrows like kamikaze pilots to feed their young. As the birds arrive, scientists Lara Shepherd and Sue Waugh are collecting GPSs which are tracking their movements. Already they're finding they travel huge distances.
We just got a logger back from the last few weeks' work where the bird had left home and had literally circumnavigated the South Island right round.
We've got 16 out at the moment and we're just waiting for those guys to come back, feed their chicken, and then we usually wait for them to feed their chicken.
While the Westland Petrel spends some of the year in South America, this is the only place in the world the seabird breeds. There's about 4,000 breeding pairs left.
They're a pretty feisty little bird. I think that's one of the reasons why they've hung on in here. Yeah, they're quite stroppy.
For the last week, the scientists have made the trek up this remote hillside. They're bringing together 40 years of research by Te Papa and Doc.
We're really rounding off that demographic study, finding out how healthy is the population, how well are birds surviving from year to year. They're doing okay, they're holding their own, but only just.
The remote location helps. You must have permission to come here.
If pigs were to get into this area, for instance, or dogs, then they could do a lot of damage very quickly, and people. So this area is a specially protected area.
So this is one of our study burrows and we've identified this as being a good one. So we can study a lot about their detail, their behaviour, who it is, which bird's in and out. And then see how the chick's going.
These chicks will fledge around November. Amazingly, when they return to breed years later, they'll land just a few metres from the burrow they were born in.
They keep coming back to the same spot generation after generation, these birds.
While few people will ever see the petrels this close, locals do spot them as they fly overhead.
And they come in, it's like a big black cloud of these birds, huge, and they come in for miles. You can see them coming over the sea. And it's rather spectacular.
And at the local pub, there's occasionally closer encounters.
At night time, when they're coming into land, they'll sometimes crash here. And they end up on our back verandas. I think it's the lights of the pubs. We've actually been turning them off.
Lights disorientate the petrels, and they need a cliff to launch from. So Doc collects all the ones that go off course.
So there's a bit of a roundup in the local community. There's a local ranger here. It's got a hotline basically, and goat rushes around and picks birds up.
Closer to the colony, a massive planting is taking place.
Essentially we're creating a corridor of native bush in between the national park and the coast, so that the flight path is once again like it would have been before it was cleared.
So it's a lot of effort for just one bird, isn't it?
It is, yeah, but it's worth it.
Mining company Rio Tinto donated this land to Doc, and conservation volunteers will plant 100,000 trees over 5 years. One day it's hoped the birds may even be a tourist attraction.
I think it'd be great to have people from all around the world come and learn a bit more about the bird, and also locals as well.
It's a monster.
But for now, this unique bird will do its thing in private.
He's about 6 weeks old, this one.
And it's hoped the work of these scientists will help keep them thriving for years to come.
Well, for me, they're just raw nature doing its thing, and they're holding their own out here in Westland. It's great.
Now, I know you're itching to learn more about the Westland Petrel, and you can by reading the Bird Experts blog on the Te Papa website, tepapa.govt.nz/petrels. We'll put that up on our website. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. That's New Zealand Close Up.